Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back from New York City, the MLG offices, and IEM New York City, which is happening about 10 blocks in that direction. We're casting the tournament. It's been an awesome tournament so far. I'm Axeltoss. I'm joined by a giant Smurf. Let's go and get into Game 3. Revival versus Huck. They're tied 1-1. Loser is out of the tournament.
Here we go, jumping right into the game. He won the first game, but lost the second. Representing Team Evil Geniuses. Hopefully he remembers that he's playing Heart of the Swarm.
Yes.
And not early 2010 Wings of Liberty.
Right.
He is Revival. And spawning to the top right. Taking advantage of his opponent's decision-making.
Yep.
And, you know, really not giving up. Throwing down some excellent force fields.
Yep.
And overall, just great defense throughout the game. Playing it safe towards the end, too. And, you know, making sure he waited for his opponent to make a mistake. It is Huck.
Okay. Game 2.
He's going for a 12 gate.
Huck was able to come back and tie it up. This is Game 3. Again, winner moves on, loser is out of IEM New York City. Derelict Watcher.
12 scout.
So what does that mean for us, for our purposes?
I feel like a 12 gate is a small hint. You know, it's not something to be overthought, but it's definitely a small hint of aggression.
Yep.
Because you have to cut a probe in order to go for a 12 gateway. So typically, if someone's going for more economical focus, they go for a 13 or 14 gateway. But Huck going for the 12 gateway, so I'm wondering if he's gonna try to chrono boost out a Zealot. Is he? Okay, so he's going for the Forge again, so we're going to see some a Shenanicanon repeat.
Right. Certainly possible.
And there we go. There goes the pylon.
Oh, Shenanigans.
Shenanicanons.
Here we go.
And here we go. 2 drones being pulled off, so he's calling his Shenanicanon Shenana bluff.
Ah, well said.
3rd drone coming down, but being sent home. Actually being sent after the probe. But the Forge is done. Here we go. What will the probe do? 1 cannon going down.
Okay,
2 cannons going down.
He's trying to prove that he knew what he was doing the whole time.
Canceling them both.
Both.
And the hatchery's done, so these drones
he's not done.
won't even have to
Here
travel
comes the probe.
very far.
Oh, nope.
And
Okay, he's not done. Here he goes.
I declare these Shenanigans over.
No, it's not done. Here we go. Cannon. Nope. No. Yeah. Okay. What? You can't build cannons on creep, by the way.
Well, he already started his Nexus. Cybercore has not been started yet, but we do have double gas on the way. So that's something. Still no Cybercore on the way. Cannon going down in the natural base. But I mean, he's getting his double gases so quick, but there's no Cybercore. There we go.
There's
All right,
Cybercore.
there goes the Cybercore.
So Huck, the cannon stuff didn't work. Again, similar to Game 1.
I know what this pylon was for.
Yes.
He just wanted to watch to see if Revival was droning.
Right.
Because if you have a pylon there for the first,
Then
you know,
you can
5 minutes of the
see
game,
the
you can
drones.
see if he's droning or not.
Of course.
Or if he makes roaches, you see
Is
them.
that really worth the money that you?
It's only 142 minerals.
Because your opponent's probably going to build drones.
It'll be 242 minerals once this.
Yeah, because your opponent's going to build drones anyway. Like, I mean, do you really want to watch to make sure? I guess.
What's less interesting? I mean, what's more interesting than
No,
watching
you know, that's a good point. You just
a
want
Zerg drone?
Yeah, you want to watch.
It's a miracle of life. I mean, it's a larva, and then it's an egg, and then it's a drone.
Yeah,
and then it's something else potentially.
That just got so deep. My mind.
I'm a poet. I know.
Whoa. Okay. See, now I need a break to think about that. You need to stop attacking my mind with such riddles.
3rd hatchery going down for Revival. Pretty standard. Gases coming down for Revival as well. Very similar to game number 1, where we saw, you know, Huck get bowled over by the Roach Hydra army. But we saw it didn't really work out too well for him in game number 2. So hopefully Revival will deviate at least a little bit towards the later stages of the game.
If it ain't broke,
don't fix it.
Right. Is that how it...
Or sell it on eBay.
Yes.
If you don't use it anymore.
Right.
Or Craigslist.
Or Craigslist. Craigslist is fine too. You ever use Craigslist?
Sometimes.
Really?
Yes.
On what? Dating?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't tell anybody.
I've actually thought about doing that. Would you recommend?
No.
Okay.
It's pretty bad.
We'll talk about those stories later. So, we got Huck going for 2 additional gateways. It looks like, how many gateways is that total? 5?
Yes.
It was a quick look.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're
Okay.
very, very good at counting.
Thank you.
Like,
I'm generally.
You
I'm
only
usually
saw
not.
it for like half a
I'm
second,
usually-
and you immediately knew how many gateways they were.
I'm usually terrible.
You know what? That's actually what it takes to be a good Zerg player.
One Zergling.
You have to be able to.
3 Zerglings, 1 probe, 1 mothership core. Am I doing it right?
You have to be able to identify the number of gateways after a really brief glance.
Okay. Go to the main really quickly, and I'll tell you the drones. 18, 16, 9, 18,
All right.
17.
I take it back.
Dude.
You didn't count the ones on the guys in the gas
You're
geysers.
right. I know. I had a
Sorry.
plan, and then it just fell apart once I realized it didn't consider the ones, the gas.
Hydralis Den on the way. Mothership Core scouts it immediately. A lot of sentries so far. Going to be clearing out this third base. Huck going for a fast third this game, as well as a Twilight Council. +1 ground attack finishing up. Third Nexus in production. Very interesting. So now it's going to come down to whether or not Revival realizes this attack, the Zealot attack is going on, but also whether or not he realizes the third base is going up, and does he commit to the Roach Hydra assault that he has in the previous game, which did not work out too well for him.
He's got 7 Hydras in production, so we got 5 Zealots trying to be a force to be reckoned with against those Roaches that are kiting back. Mothership Core coming forward as well. 5 Stalkers being warped in. So I'm really confused. Is he going for gateway aggression or isn't here?
I think he's going for a defensive.
Ah,
I mean, these
defensive
Roaches,
focus.
these Hydras on the way. I think he was going for fast third into a very heavy gateway timing.
Yep.
But he's got to defend the Roach Hydra assault first before he can think about being aggressive.
This is looking similar to game 2 a little bit. I mean, he's going to have a lot of Blink Stalkers in the field. He's going to have a lot of force fields to work with.
There's
but
less sentries and less immortals.
Yes, that's a great. Yeah, there's not even a Robo actually. If I am thinking correctly.
Yes, you are correct.
I think incorrectly a lot. So now on this map, there's that space between the natural and third that can be very tough. Already putting 2 pylons there, which I kind of like. If anything, Revival accidentally hit those pylons in a big fight, which is less damage being dealt onto.
They're like
actual
force
army.
fields that are permanently there until you kill them.
Right. Yes. Exactly how I would describe that.
Fourth base going down for Revival, about
Does
75% done.
Does he know about that third base?
He does. He was attacking it with a Zergling.
So, I wonder what his plan is. Is he going to try to be aggressive towards this?
He's getting an infestation pit, so I expect him to start a hive immediately when it's done, and then go for Vipers and go for a Roach Hydra Viper composition. Roach Hydra Viper timing can be very, very powerful before Templar are on the field. So that's what I would expect out of a player of Revival's caliber.
Okay. Looks like Huck's gonna be the one to push out first. I mean, Blink is done. Has a lot of stalkers, and Huck can be fancy with these guys.
Yes, he can.
Loves being
Unfortunately,
active.
there's no observer. Robo just getting started, so he will not be able to clear this creep.
Yep.
And playing it smart, deciding not to overextend onto the creep. Of course, even with Blink, Stalkers can get run down quite easily on creep.
Speaking of which, Ling's coming forward, but there should be enough here from Huck that Revival's not going to engage. He's going to back up, getting his Roaches, Hydras, and Lings together. He's going to come down to micro here. Ooh, and we have Enduring Locusts going down behind this for Revival. So looking to do a Swarm host transition of sorts. Huck backing up to his corner here. He's got a Mothership Core there with 2 Time Warps available. Plenty of sentries as well. There's 1 Time Warp going down. Revival might try to split up some units and send them into the natural expansion. Huck coming forward again, looking to place down those force fields. Has a lot of energy to use. And Revival trying to piece this together correctly, trying to decide when to engage. He has decided the time is now. Great force fields there from Huck, trying to split up all those units. However, got a good amount there. That was a great exchange. And Revival's just going to have, he wants nothing to do with that army.
Yeah, Revival,
I think he kind of wanted to trade supply too, so he can get Swarm hosts out. I think that was part of that.
that too. I mean, he is still maxed. He should be at least trading, some way these Lings and Roaches. I know Hydraless Swarm Host can be a very powerful composition. Is use the Hydraless to pick off the observers, but
Yep.
Huck being forced back up into his third base.
Uh-oh.
Revival going to try to go into the natural,
The
but
door was
no,
open.
rethinking that decision as he
He's trying to get Huck to put down force fields, and
Ooh,
now he's going
very
to go
nice
to the natural.
force fields.
See, now wouldn't you go to the natural? I think that could be
I
okay.
think that would, but then he could just kind of recall into the
Oh,
natural. I don't know.
Yeah.
Would that be a good idea? Because like your army becomes vulnerable.
Yeah, it does. And then the
And,
Hydras could have
yeah,
really good
Hydras-
DPS. They
Hydras
could
kill
just
stuff
kill
fast.
everything. And there's a period of nothingness. Well, again, Revival is okay freeing up supply too. He's just trying to add on some more Swarm Hosts. He's going to be up to like 12, I think, which is a lot. 8 plus 6 is, yeah, 14. I was close. So, Swarm Hosts.
Swarm hosts are a very good unit,
Good answer is
especially
gonna
when
be Colossi, and I don't
Colossi and
see-
Templar.
Yeah,
You kind of need both of them.
which I don't think Huck has
Either.
either of. Yeah.
Nope.
Okay. Oh, he might have a time here. Though. No, the Locusts are out, and I knew. Yeah, I would not engage that. Huck gonna back up, sees those Locusts. He wants nothing to do with those again. Locusts can be very cost efficient. They're essentially free. It's basically a time thing. You're spending time to get those Locusts out. You never really want to engage them as a Protoss. Oh, little Locust flank happening there. So Huck doesn't want to engage this army. So he's going to either A, want to counterattack, or B, get enough units out to be able to deal with this so he can attack it straight on. Or maybe flank
You
and
know,
try to take out some Swarm Hosts.
yeah, I'm not actually sure this is the best map for Swarm hosts because of how open and how many different attack avenues there
Yeah.
are. Locusts are the type of unit, or Swarm host rather, where they're most powerful when your opponent is forced to attack straight into them.
Yeah.
But if you can kind of deviate and go around and find another way to get on top of the
Yep.
Swarm hosts, they die really quickly, especially when you have, Storm or Colossus. But Revival kind of ignoring the Blink Stalkers, pushing forward with these so many Swarm hosts. He's got to have about 20 of these. Actually, he's 17, 15, I'm sorry. I'm pretty bad at math too,
Yeah,
if you
it's
didn't notice.
okay.
But the Stalkers, the Immortals, kind of getting zoned out here, and now this Roach Hydra army
Oh.
is free to enter the third base.
That's a great attack.
And these
in the third.
Zealots
Okay,
are
he's
not
back
really
in.
going to be a lot.
Oh.
Huck trying to close the distance, but the Locust spawn so frequently.
Yeah, you don't want to engage
pretty
those.
difficult.
He does have 2 Colossi on the way, and those can be great against those Locusts. Fry those away pretty quickly, and then you can go for a big push onto your opponent's army, take out those Swarm Hosts once and for all. So let's see if Huck decides to go for that. Locust's going to expire away. There they go. And Huck actually going to blink down. He's going to try to flank these Swarm Hosts. Oh, this might work out. The Locusts actually going to the north, and there's not much up there. The Stalkers, though.
Oh, they're move commanding.
I don't know where they're going. Okay.
Move commanded.
He's going to back up. Trying to find a good way to engage those
Oh
Swarm
man,
Hosts.
this does not look good for Huck at all. He's 50 supply behind.
He's been running.
There's endless waves of units spawning at his front door.
Yeah.
He's trying to do the Zealot harass, but there's way too many spine crawlers. And I mean, he does have Colossus on the way, but he needs at least 6 to push this kind of army back.
His third is exposed.
His third's exposed. It's definitely going to be going down. These Stalkers are still trying to close the gap on these Swarm Hosts, but the Locusts doing an excellent job protecting their appearance.
Yeah, very important. The Stalkers. You know, I wonder if poking into the third and taking down that hatchery or the drones there could be good right now for Huck with those Stalkers, since the Swarm Hosts are so far away. I don't know how that would really be defended.
Yeah, I think
Actually, there's some spine crawlers there.
Revival realizing that kind
The-
of threat
yeah.
is throwing down a bunch of additional spine crawlers. However, we do have 4 Colossus out, going to be forcing the Roaches and Hydras back at the very least. However, Locusts do not cost money,
And
so
also 12 Corruptors in production.
they're kind of just not going to care.
What if Huck hallucinates
a dozen
a
Void
bunch
Rays
of Void Rays, yeah. What
and
do you
Revival just leaves?
think? Maybe.
I think that only works on some of his former teammates,
Okay.
but not his current
I mean,
ones.
okay, yeah, you're right. So, what's Huck's best option here, in your opinion?
I think if he can get out 6 Colossus
Yeah.
and then a lot of Stalkers, very, very good micro on his part, maybe. If he can get out 6 Colossus with a lot of Stalkers
Oh, the
and
Swarm
then
Hosts are kind
find
of
a
alone
way
here.
around the Swarm Hosts.
They're kind of alone. He's going to throw out a Locust Volley.
But
Okay,
he
this,
lost a lot of his Stalkers.
yeah, he did. The Stalker's coming back. Let's see if he tries to blink on top of the Swarm Hosts. A lot of
He's
sentries
losing
getting
his
taken out.
sentries.
He's going to have to retake that third. Stalker's trying to track down the Swarm Host. 7 Broodlords in production.
He has no way of dealing with these Broodlords.
Yeah.
There's more Broodlords than Stalkers. Well, there will be. Well,
I
not
think we've
necessarily.
established that you're pretty bad at math.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
that's
stop.
okay.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Stalkers and Colossus taking advantage of their terrain traversing ability. Gonna be moving over here towards the 4th, but there's so many Spine Crawlers and Swarm Hosts and now Broodlords on the way as well. Oh man, he doesn't have extended Thermal Lance.
Wait. Are you sure?
Yeah, there's the Spine Crawlers were attacking the Colossus.
Oh, no.
Look, he's only got 6 range. There's no extent. He just realizing, and there it goes.
No. Okay.
Has
Has he identified the Broodlords?
That's got to be disheartening. No, he definitely has not.
And that is, like, is there more terrifying an army than Swarmhost,
Broodlord,
Broodlord, and Spine Crawlers?
Infestors with infested
Okay,
Terran.
see now I'm gonna get nightmares. Thank you for putting that image.
It's an
into my
army
mind.
of free units.
So, if there's one thing that Revival's army isn't, it's mobile. Can Huck? Is there any opening there where Huck can take advantage of that?
His army's not big enough.
Yeah.
I mean, the Spine Crawlers alone is enough to defend his army. I mean, he doesn't even have extended Thermal Lance.
He has to go for a base trade. He can't engage that army. Sorry.
Who said Zerg didn't have a death ball? This is very death ballish right here.
Very okay. So Huck wants nothing to do with this army.
He's hesitating. He's turning around. He's coming back. Extended Thermal Lance is almost done.
Okay, and Revival's wondering where the heck his opponent's army is.
Man, these Locusts are always like on point.
Yep.
In which direction they need to be moving.
Send him in the perfect location, and the Broodlords are there. It looks like Huck gonna blink to the side, and there's the GG. Huck is unfortunately gonna be taken out of IEM New York City. I know a lot of people were watching and hoping that he would move on, but Revival just playing super solid StarCraft throughout that entire series. Well, at least the first game, the third game, the games that he won. Revival is going to move on to the final match of the group, which will be played tomorrow. Fortunately, Huck is out.
Unfortunately, Huck is out.
Yep. Huck is out. Of course, that was a best of 3 to find out who stays and who goes. Overall, a very strange series, I thought.
Yes.
I thought it was a pretty strange series. Definitely entertaining. Really cool play from Revival, just playing very patiently, I thought. And that, especially in that third game, he's very patient throughout that. Making that Roach Hydra attack work, and then trading off units very periodically to get those Swarm Hosts out. And then once you got his Swarm Hosts out, just being very on top of where to send those Locusts. Because if you send those Locusts in the wrong direction once, and you leave your Swarm Hosts exposed, that can be the recipe for disaster for you. And Huck was looking for those moments.
He had he was very aware of where Huck's army was. So like anytime Huck tried to catch the Swarm Host off guard and kind of like come at a weird angle, the Locusts had already spawned and were headed in that direction. So it was kind of like his Swarm Host had a sixth sense.
Yes. Whoa. Maybe they did.
Maybe.
It's possible. Revival Swarm Host control is really, really good. So look out for Revival as he moves forward in the tournament. Huck, look out for him in the future, but he's going to be knocked out of IEM New York City. Guys, that concludes our day of StarCraft 2. I hope you had as awesome of a day as I did, as Mr. Giant Smurf did. Any parting words for our audience before we say goodbye?
Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show. I enjoyed the opportunity casting for you guys, and I look forward to doing it again in the future.
Anytime, man. Just give me a phone call. Make it happen.
No doubt, man.
Cool, guys. Again, thanks for watching. This has been IEM New York City. Coming up next on this stream, we're showing a rebroadcast of the entire day. So if you missed anything, you better stay tuned in. A lot of awesome matches to happen today. Huge thanks to Lennox, the guy pushing the buttons, being awesome. We had an interview with him. Huge thanks to Mr. Nick Axelav Randish, Wizardry Extraordinaire, of course, a Giant Smurf hanging out, and Zombie Grub. Hengelis came in and casted a bit. I know I'm forgetting someone, and I apologize to that someone for forgetting, but again, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're missing VODs, youtube.com/official, MLGSC2, MajorLeagueGaming.com, your source all the time, 24/7, StarCraft 2 content. Hopefully it's awesome. If it's not, send us feedback. Love to hear it. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm at AxelToss on Twitter, at a Giant Smurf.
At @A_Giant_Smurf.
It's
complicated.
All right, guys, that does it for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.